to the Ultimate Racing League. You join us here this evening for round 3 of the season at the Chinese Grand Prix at the Shanghai International Circuit. And just to run through the World Championship situation after the first 2 races, as I said, Hobgoblin is leading the World Championship after his second place finish in Australia, and another strong result in Bahrain. It sees him leading the World Championship by 1 point from Lewis. 41 points to 40. Real Joker is only 8 points behind the championship lead as well. And don't rule out Davis as well. Davis has got a qualifying ban for tonight, so he will be starting at the back of the grid. But his race pace around here is looking particularly strong. 23rd Nebula is also in there along with Fleet and Savage and Kyle Maybon as well. Reserve driver racing again tonight as well. They're all within 4 points of each other, so it's already shaping up to be a very good fight in the Drivers' Championship. In the Constructors, AlphaTauri lead the way there by 18 points, 77 to 59. Williams sit in 3rd place, just ahead of Red Bull and Alfa Romeo, and McLaren tied on points. At the bottom of the championship, Mercedes with 15 points. Of course, we saw Meatball crash out in Australia, and so only a few points on the board for them so far. Just to Q1, 18 minutes. We lose the slowest 5 drivers from this session, so only the top 15 will make it through into Q2. Kyle Maybon, by the way, the reserve driver, is in the Renault. Meatball, the other reserve who's racing, is in the AlphaTauri tonight. And Tyler is in the Williams. Okay, I will do an onboard lap with you as well so you can see this racetrack. First used back in 2004, and it's pretty much unchanged ever since. And it does have the longest completely straight section of any track on the calendar here as well. 1.4 kilometres straight down towards the end of the lap in sector 3. And there are cars heading out. Auntie Val is out in the Haas. So is Owen in the Renault. Kronos Grand here in the Alfa Romeo is also out. Also Husky in the McLaren. Meatball is out in the AlphaTauri. And so is Aaron Marr and Pierce Gaming. They have all headed out on track. So I'm going to do the onboard lap with Fleet. Had a great race in Australia. Finished in P6. A little bit off the pace in Bahrain, but hopefully he'll get back to some good form here tonight. So let's ride on board with Fleet for a lap of this racetrack. Here we go. This is the last corner. This is the first of the DRS zones here. Slowly wander diagonal the straight really here. Pit straight. Over 200 miles an hour with the DRS open. And look at this. Turns 1 and 2. 125 miles an hour on the apex. Gradually getting slower down to just 60 miles an hour for turn 2. This is turn 3. 55 miles an hour at the slowest point. Turn 4 is an acceleration zone. And then turn 5 also absolutely flat. And then down to the hairpin here at turn 6. Down the slowest corner on the track, just 50 miles an hour. Important traction zone here. Bring it over to the right hand side. And then turn 7 absolutely flat in qualifying trim into turn 8. Down to about 115 miles an hour. Keep it over to the right here for turn 9 and 10. 75 at the slowest point. Turn 10 again in qualifying trim, absolutely flat. Short back straight here, still building up to about 185 miles an hour. Down into this chicane, turn 11 and 12. 55 in the first part, 70 in the second part. This tricky chicane, and then this here, turn 13. This long, and 14. This long right-hander, absolutely flat. The DRS zone is about a third of the way down this straight. And he's activated now. Fleet's trying to get a bit of a toe here off the back of somebody. That's Copper Queen in the Haas. Over 205 miles an hour. Brake lanes there. Sorry, this is the slowest corner on the track. 40 miles an hour. And then, again, important traction zone. Over to the right-hand side for this last corner. Turn 16. A little bit wide on the apex, but about 105 miles an hour. And then across the line. And Fleet's goes fastest. A 132.0, but immediately beaten by Owen on a 130.9. Davis has retired from the session. Lewis goes fastest of all. Kronos Grand, a pretty slow lap. Must have made a mistake somewhere, but Lewis fastest on a 130.5. Oh, here is Copper Queen in the Haas going through turn 9 and 10. Her first race. Great to see some new drivers out here tonight and down into the chicane. I've been racing with Steph for a few weeks and her pace has really come on a lot, and I think league races is really going to help her. Davis has retired because he does have a qualifying ban from the last race, as Kyle Mabon goes quickest on a 1:30.1. Don't forget, he's in the Renault tonight, and that is the car that he won the World Championship with last season. So very familiar car to Kyle. Here comes Copper Queen now. Let's see what lap time she does. She comes down to the last corner, making sure she doesn't invalidate, and looking like a very good clean lap from her, got to say. And a 1:33.6, 11th fastest for her so far. Great. Oh, a little bit wide there for Untill, but he'll get away with it. Let's see what his lap time is. He goes 8th fastest. Meatball's gone 2nd in the Alpha Tauri. So the order at the moment, Kyle Mabon from Meatball, Lewis in 3rd, Owen Cookie is 4th, Tyler is 5th in the Williams, good lap from him, 6th for Aaron Marr in the Mercedes, 7th for Pierce Gaming, Untill is out, is 8th, Husky is 9th, Fleets is 10th, then it's Ross, Daniel Thompson, Kronos Grand, Copper Queen and Tank, who's had a slow lap of 39.1 on a lap. But let's see what 23rd Nebula can do. And according to Grand Thrower, I'm not sure who Grand Thrower is, very sorry, but the weather for the race is dry at the start and then it's going to be wet at the end of the race. So that could be very, very interesting indeed. 23rd Nebula goes 9th fastest, a 1:31.8, a little bit quicker than a Husky in the McLaren. Aaron Marr, 6th fastest. I think he had his lap invalidated. He's going again. Owen is out as well on another lap. He's a couple of tenths down in the first sector. So there is Fleets coming through towards turn 6 in the Williams. And he is a 10th and a bit up in the first. Oh, Daniel Thompson with a bit of a slide there out of turn 8. His middle sector time is, he's a fraction down on his best. Kronos Grand has invalidated. And Real Joker is going a little bit quicker. Copper Queen's finding a bit of time as well. And Tank is just starting his lap. Hobgoblin is about to complete his lap. So is Savage. So let's see where Savage can go. And Savage goes 10th fastest. So let's see where Hobgoblin goes. Here he comes now out of the last corner. And he goes across the line to go 4th fastest. A 1:30.7 from him. Fleets has improved as well. He goes 13th. Daniel Thompson also in there as well. He improved as well to go 14th. So that puts Ross on the edge. Real Joker didn't improve. He remains in 17th position. Fleets has got, 23rd Nebula has gone 11th. Here comes Copper Queen. She's found nearly 4 tenths so far on this lap. Let's see what she can do now. She comes up towards the line. And Copper Queen remains 18th, but found a lot of time on that lap, nearly 4 tenths of a second. Here comes Tank. He's 5 seconds up on his best. He did only do a 1:39 on his first lap, so can he get himself into Q2 here on his first full-time appearance in the Ferrari as he goes through the last corner? Make sure he don't run too wide. And he goes across the line, and he goes 14th, a 1:32.0. So that knocks Ross out, who's had his lap invalidated. Here's Kronos Grand in the Alfa Romeo. He's 17th at the moment, but he's losing time. Real Joker is pitting. We've got just over 4.5 minutes to go. Daniel Thompson heading out on track once again. Here comes Ross now into the last corner. And Ross goes across the line and he moves up to 7th. Good lap there from Ross, 1:31.3. Puts him ahead of Aaron Marr in the Mercedes and both Red Bulls. Let's confirm it. Yes, it is raining out there. So this is going to be a real challenge for those cars who are out of the session at the moment to fight their way through. Pierce Gaming retires from the session. He's 9th fastest. He's definitely done enough. So Kronos and Daniel Thompson also out on track at the moment. Let's see what Kronos does. He's a fraction down. I think they're just about finding the grip at the moment. Let's see. 23rd Nebula retires from the session as well. As Real Joker comes through the last corner. Can he find enough to get himself out? It would knock Tank out of the session if he does. No, a fraction down. He remains in 18th. What about Kronos Grand? He's nearly 4/10 down on his best. Daniel Thompson is on not on a good lap at the moment. That's him out of the session, I'm afraid. Can Kronos find anything? He does improve to 1:32.4, but he remains in 17th position. Real Joker did cross the line with enough time, but I don't think he's going to find enough. Copper Queen is about 3/4 of a second down on her best, so I think that'll be it for qualifying. So the 5 cars out. Davis, of course, with his qualifying man. Copper Queen, it looks like he's going to start in 19th position for her first race, but I think she'll be pleased. Not far off the pace of those around her. Real Joker in 18th, Kronos Grand 17th, and Daniel Thompson in the Mercedes will line up in 16th position. And if it is going to be a wet Q2, the strategies will go out of the window. Normally into Q2, we're in intermediate conditions here for qualifying. Oh, and look at that already. Fleet's struggling as he heads out of the pit lane. There's a few cars out. Husky. Here comes Ross. Look at that, just gently feeding the throttle. It's still had a bit of oversteer on the exit of the corner. Still waiting for Meatball, Aaron Marr and Carl Maybon to leave the pits. We've got 8 minutes to go. And I'm just having a look, and it has stopped raining. So this is going to make for a manic last few minutes of the session, I think, because if it does go to slick conditions, then the lap times are going to be absolutely tumbling. Here comes Ross now across the line, and he goes 10th fastest. So that knocks Fleet out of the session temporarily into the pits. And yes, the DRS is enabled, and I think we're going to see drivers switching to slicks. Drivers going out on the medium tyres. So Pierce Gaming and Owen Cookie are out on the mediums. They are the first ones out. But the lap times here, watch that chart on the left hand side, because the lap times, I have a feeling, are going to absolutely tumble very, very quickly. And I think we may see quite an unusual top 10 we saw on. Let's see what Owen can do as he comes through the last this is the first sector, and he is going to be a lot quicker. So everyone is going to have to go out there on slick tyres, you would have thought. Meatball and Carl Maybon both out on the medium compound tyres. Aaron Marr's gone out on a set of softs. And Owen comfortably, of course, the fastest in the first sector on those tyres. But let's see what Owen can do as he comes into the hairpin. So Owen now down to the last corner. And he is going to comfortably go fast. It's a 1:34.0 from him. Pierce Gaming is going quite quickly as well, actually. He's found nearly 7 seconds on his best. So let's see what he can do. Aaron Marr's on a lap now as well. So is Tank. And let's see what Pierce can do. Into the last corner. And he will short. And he goes quickest of all. The 33.9 goes to show how much the track is developing here. Now, so here comes Tank round the last corner. He is surely going to be right up there, at least third. And he goes fast. It's a 32.8. Great lap time there from Tank. Here comes Aaron Marr. He's on the soft tyres. And he goes fastest of all, a 31.5 from him. Here comes Meatball in the AlphaTauri. A 31.1 from him. Carl Maybon is going to be the next one across the line. He does a 31.2. Savage has gone 6th fastest in the other Ferrari. Here comes Owen. He's on a slowdown lap. What about Aaron? Aaron is going again, I think. in the Mercedes. Let's see what Fleets is doing. Here he is. Back end of the... Oh, and he's invalidated. That could be crucial. And right, the session is now up. So, well, they've got to complete their lap times here. If they invalidate now, that's it. They're out of the session. Here comes 23rd Nebula. He is 12th fastest at the moment. He's not into Q3 as things stand. And 23rd Nebula goes 9th. Pierce Gaming's on a lap. He's improving a lot as well. And he moves up to 8th. That's put 23rd Nebula under pressure. Untill goes fastest of all. A 1:30.9 from him. He looks like he's going to make it through. Here comes Ross. He goes second at 31.0. That knocks Pierce Gaming out. Here comes Hobgoblin. Can he make it through? Fleets is not going to make it. Can Hobgoblin? Yes, he does. He goes third. That knocks Savage out. But I think Savage is on a lap. He's backed out. Savage has backed out. So Savage is going to be out of the session. So the bottom 5, Savage, Pierce Gaming, Tank, 23rd Nebula and Fleets. So there you see confirmation of the result. Savage, Pierce Gaming, Tank, 23rd Nebula and Fleets all out of the session. Let's see. Into Q3 now. We lose another 3 minutes off the time. We're down to 12 minutes. We got everyone out on track at the moment. And so Meatball on pole position at the moment. Lewis alongside him. Hobgoblin, once again, we've been saying this, we said this in both races so far this season, really showing a good turn of pace at the beginning of the season. Up in 3rd place at the moment, quicker than Owen in 4th. Tyler as well, a good qualifying from him so far in 5th. Auntie Val in 6th, Husky in 7th, then Ross 8th, Aaron Marr is 9th. Carl Mabon yet to set a lap time. We've got 5 minutes to go in this. Oh, big slide from him in the middle of turn 4. Bit too much power on from him. And
less than a second splitting top 7. Like, it's just absolute great.
Yeah, really good. Really good pace shown by everyone. And this is what we've seen so far. Everyone seems to have really upped their game here for season 2, haven't they? They've really...
Definitely.
They've all... I know a lot of them have been working hard on practice and setups and things like that. And it's showing in the lap times. It's so close, a lot of them. So let's see what Carl can do. He's not gone quickest, though, in either of the first 2 sectors. So he's not, at the moment, on a particularly quick lap, it would seem. I haven't seen any obvious mistakes. I saw a big slide coming out of turn 3 and into 4 as he put the power down, but I haven't seen anything else really. He's hit most of the apexes, so this is where the game, it turns out the game is screwing me up and he goes fastest.
He must be pushing it because he's got them tyres working and he's
in the pits.
Locking up, so yeah,
he's abandoned the lap.
Must have been on a bad one.
Yeah, so Husky and Ross are both on outlaps now, 7th and 8th at the moment. Husky trying to get a little bit of heat into his tyres. Tyler says to mute your mic, Jamie, while eating crisps.
No, I'm eating dairy milk buns. And no, I will not.
You could have sent me some.
I'll send you something else and it won't be chocolate buttons.
Oh, so. Anyway, Aaron is out on track as well on an outlap as well. So Husky now starts his 2nd flying lap here.
Lewis has just gone out as well, so he's looking to improve.
You've been here 5 minutes and already descended into smut. I love it.
Yep. He's just a will I bring.
Yep. So let's see. Husky has got a car in front of him, and I think that is Lewis, I think. Yes, Lewis gets nicely out of his way. Let's see if Husky is improving. He's found half a tenth in the first sector. So Lewis didn't obviously put him off too much. So 7th at the moment for Husky. He's another one. He's had very good, consistent qualifying. I think he's been in the top 10 in all 3 qualifying sessions so far this season. And quietly doing a very good job in that McLaren. And he's in the top 10 once again. Oh, and he's invalidated. He's ran a bit too wide. He's invalidated out of turn 10. Ross is now on a lap as well, and a lot of drivers starting to head out onto the racetrack. And you too, Steph, I hope you have a good race. Ross has found a 10th and a half in the first sector on his previous best. Aaron Marr just starting his lap as well. Owen just heading out on racetrack. Only Hobgoblin still in the pits, and I don't know if he's going to be going out again because we're running out of time.
I was saying, he's not going to be able to get out laps. I wouldn't have thought so.
No. And Ross has found 6/10 of a second, but he is quite a long way off the back of the rest of the pack at the moment. Aaron Marr's found 1.7 seconds in the first sector, so he clearly is finding a lot of speed. Let's see what Lewis is doing. He's just started his lap. So let's head back to Ross. Here he is. 8th at the moment. How much more time can he find in this last sector? Got the nose of the car in beautifully there into turn 15. Let's have a look. Last corner. Don't run too wide. He's really got the car hooked up very nicely indeed. And he goes 7th fastest, a fraction quicker than Husky, who's going again. Aaron Marr. And look at the toe here from Aaron Marr. Carl Maybon really helping Aaron out there with a massive toe down the back straight. So let's see what Aaron can do now as he comes into the last corner. He's 9th fastest at the moment.
2 seconds up.
And he goes forward.
Oh,
what
wow.
a lap from Aaron. Brilliant lap there from Aaron Marr. He goes up to 4th
must have given him a
place.
right,
Yeah, Hobgoblin is out on racetrack. Lewis is out, but not really improving. He's a fraction down. Owen just about starts his lap.
Kyle's on a lap now, and Kyle's on a lap, but I don't know. He doesn't like
he's got one attempt at
too
this.
much.
Yeah, he's got one attempt at this, isn't he? Because the session is now over. And Lewis is coming through to complete his qualifying. He's 2nd at the moment. Can he find out? And Lewis goes fastest by 7 thousandths of a second. Lewis takes pole position away from Meatball, who is going faster himself. Owen's on a lap as well.
Kyle is on an absolute belter at the moment. He's just gone fastest sector 1 and sector 2.
Yeah, Tyler's backed out of his lap. That's as fast as he's going to go. So he's 6th on the grid at the moment. So here is
DRS open, yeah.
Yeah, here
going
comes
into
Kyle.
Into the last few corners now.
Auntie Val's improving as well.
Bit of a lock up.
So can Kyle get himself onto the front row of the grid? And can he snatch pole away? Yes, he does a 1:29.5. What a lap from him. He goes, oh, and Auntie Val on the last corner invalidates. Owen's coming through, and he goes 4th. A 1:30.3 from him. He goes 4th. Can Meatball take it? No, he doesn't. Yes, he goes 2nd. Meatball goes 2nd, and that is it. Auntie Val there was improving. I think he could have found himself in the top 6 there, Auntie Val. But pole position, well, it's an all-reserve front row of the grid. Once again, Carl Maybon on pole from Meatball. Lewis in 3rd position. Owen in 4th. Hobgoblin in 5th. The 2 drivers at the top of the World Championship find themselves 5th for Hobgoblin and 3rd for Lewis. So keep an eye out for that battle. So here we go. They're going to be starting the formation lap. Let's just run through the grid very, very quickly while they're on their out lap, on the formation lap even. Carl Maybon on pole, Meatball alongside him. 2, Lewis in the Racing Point and Owen in the 2nd Renault. Row 3 is Hobgoblin and Aaron Marr in the 1st Mercedes. Brilliant qualifying from Aaron Marr. Row 4, Curly Tyler and Auntie Val. Row 5, Husky in the McLaren and Ross in the 2nd of the 2 Racing Points. Row 6 is Savage and Pierce Gaming, Ferrari and Red Bull. And it's the same on row 7, Tank. First race in a full-time seat for Tank in the Ferrari and 23rd Nebula. Fleets and Kronos Ground make up row 8. Real Joker and Copper Queen make up row 9, and Davis and Daniel Thompson at the back of the grid. And those outside the top 10 had free tyre choice. All of them have gone for the mediums, except for 23rd Nebula, Fleets, and Real Joker. They have all gone for the hard tyres, those three.
Ooh, wow.
Everyone else outside the top 10 are starting on the mediums. And inside the top 10, they're all on the mediums, apart from Hobgoblin in 5th, Aaron Marr in 6th, Auntie Val in 8th, Husky in 9th, and Ross in 10th. So half of the top 10 are on the mediums, half are on the softs, and of course with the... Here we go, they're lined up on the grid now. And hopefully the lights are going to come on any second. Here we go, the 5 lights coming on. It's lights out.
It's go, go, go.
And away we go. And it's a great start from Meebo. He's getting alongside Kyle and Meebo takes the lead. Kyle not having the greatest start. And Lewis is trying to get up the inside as well. And Owen, there's a bit of front wing, I think, being flown around there near the back. Daniel Thompson's had a brilliant start from down near the back. But Meebo takes the lead of the race. And Savage has had a great start as well, up into the top 10. But Meebo leads. What a start from him from second on the grid. Kyle has got...
McLaren and Ferrari have come together.
It's Savage and Husky.
Naughty.
Savage and Husky have come together on the back straight. And there's a bit of damage to Husky. I'm not sure about Savage. Yes, they've both got
damage,
front wing end vents damage. Grid. So a bit of contact in the first few laps, but nothing too major. As they come down, and look at Lewis having a look at the inside, and they're all jostling for position down the back straight.
Oh, Copper Queen going on Husky. Go, Steph.
Yeah, go Steph up into 17th position. Tank has got past Davis as well. Davis has had a brilliant start though, and he's up to 13th place already. And Tank is into the pits. So Tank, when he outbrakes himself. Auntie Val in the pits as well. He must have front wing damage. Auntie Val into the pits at the end of the first lap. So is Husky, and surely, I know Fleets is carrying on. He didn't have damage. We got 3 cars in the pits. Tyler's already got a penalty. But Carl Maybon is chasing
Leaderboard's going mental again.
Yeah, ignore the graphic on the left-hand side. I will try and keep you up to date. And Ross is out. Ross has retired.
Oh, wow.
He spun it coming out of turn 5. And we have our first safety car. Second retirement already in this race. Fleets is out of the race. Also as well, Hobgoblin has pitted and put on a set of medium tyres. He has taken advantage of this safety car situation and is now 14th on the grid. So race order. Yeah, race order behind the safety car. Meatball leaves from Kyle. Lewis 3rd, Owen 4th. Aaron Marr, as you say, is up to 5th. 6th for Tyler. Pierce Gaming up to 7th. Daniel Thompson from the back of the grid. He's up into 8th place. What a start from him. Kronos Grand up into 9th. Davis as well from the back row of the grid is up to 10th. Then we got 23rd Nebula, Real Joker. Steph is up to 13th place in the house. What a start from her as well. She's kept out of trouble. And Copper Queen is up to 13th position. What a start. Hobgoblin is 14th. Auntie Val is 15th. Everyone below Steph has stopped. Tank is 16th. Savage is 17th. Husky is... Oh, and there's a car off in the background there. That was... I think that was actually Steph just flying off the racetrack there in the last corner. Tank is 16th. Savage is 17th in the Ferrari. 2 Ferraris, 16th and 17th. And Husky is 18th. I think Husky especially will be very, very pleased because, of course, he did have... Oh, and Daniel Thompson's gone off, I think, at turn 1. And he's lost... oh, no, he's managed to get back on, but he did lose a position briefly. Or maybe he just outbrakes himself a little bit.
I think it might have been Tyler, because Tyler was 6th, I think.
Yeah, maybe. Pierce Gaming up to 6.
Piers has just gone up to 6 now, so...
Yeah, so... Well, what a start to this race already. Safety car is coming in. So Meatball now effectively becomes the safety car. It's up to him when he decides to drop the throttle. No one can overtake him across the start finish line. Well, maybe out the last corner, but I have seen people here before out of the last hairpin just go for it if there's enough of a gap to the safety car, which there should be by now. It will just depend
Kyle
on...
and Lewis are on Meatball's butt as well, so they are not giving an inch.
Yeah, definitely not. And
oh, he's going. He's going.
Yeah, Kyle had a bit of oversteer there, but Meatball's gone. And he's going to lead across line, but Kyle a little bit wide. Lewis as well. And Hussey's got a penalty for he's made contact with Savage down at the back of the field.
Oh, you're joking.
Oh, look at the two Ferraris, very close together indeed. Oh, and now they've got Copper Queen in there as well. She's holding the pair of them up. And the Ferrari's gone. Tanker spun. Tanker spun, and does he have damage? I think he may have a bit of damage. Yes, he does. He's lost his end fence.
Savage just got past Copper Queen.
Yeah. And a Huss.
Goblin here as well. There's like 4 little waves going on here at the moment. Oh, he's going.
Yeah, and Hob.
I thought Hobgoblin was just going to go there.
Yeah, Hobgoblin could be the one to watch here. He is the first of the cars who's made a stop. Everyone in front of him is yet to stop. He has made a stop. Oh, and Aaron Marr's out of the race.
No.
What has happened to Aaron Marr? He spun it out of turn 13.
13, yeah.
And we have a virtual safety car. So just very quickly just change the graphic to the change of positions from the start of the race. Pierce Gaming up into 5th from 12th on the grid. He's gained 7 places. The biggest gainer so far is Davis from 19th on the grid. He's up to 7th now.
Wow.
A few cars pitted under the safety car. Daniel Thompson, Copper Queen, Husky and Tank, I think, all stopped under the safety car. Virtual safety car, that is. Front, Meatball and Kyle very, very close together. And Kyle is going to have DRS down this back straight as well if he can stay within a second. Lewis is keeping a watching brief there in 3rd. He's about a second clear of Owen. And Meatball a little bit wide into turn 11. That should give Kyle the momentum. But it's all about can he hang on in the dirty air through turn 13. That long right-hander. And he looks like he has. Now it's going to be all about straight line speed and the DRS as they head towards the hairpin. And Kyle certainly got the run. And Meatball doesn't defend the line. I'm surprised at that. But Kyle Maybon takes the lead of the race.
Oh no, he's got cut back. He could have come back. Oh, he went really deep, did Kyle then?
Yeah, and Tyler and Pierce fighting as well down into the hairpin. And Tyler takes 5th away from Pierce. Tyler a little bit of oversteer on the curb. This is going to be close into the last corner.
They're not going to let it up. That was like watching Lewis and Max.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Pierce should get the DRS down the pit straight, but I don't think he's going to be quite close enough.
Not going to be enough, no.
Not quite. So Tyler up into 6th. Yeah, very good indeed. And Davis is catching these two as well. And there's the yellow flag in sector 3. I think that Steph has spun.
Oh no.
Yeah, Steph has spun, but she's back on the track. She wasn't. Lewis now, he's going to be right on the tail of Meatball as they come down towards the hairpin. And Lewis is going through. And Lewis takes second, and Kyle's going to try and follow him through. Is Meatball going to lose 2 positions in one corner? It's going to be close. They just give each other space. The great move there from Lewis. But Hobgoblin leads the race by 7.5 seconds. That pit stop under the safety car worked perfectly for him. It's coming down quite quickly, but Hobgoblin leads by 6 seconds. He's lost 1.5 seconds in that lap, but he is on quite old tyres compared to those behind him. Look, Real Joker's just run very wide at turn 11, and that might open the door for Savage, Auntie Val, and Owen's right in there as well. Owen right up there with Auntie Val, and
it's
having a
right
great run at turn 13.
Behind here.
Yeah, Davies is in there as well. They're both going to have DRS. Auntie Val looking at Savage, Owen looking at the pair of them, but Owen, I think, is just going to make it through. Is he down into the hairpin? They're both fighting hard.
Yeah,
but Owen,
good that.
Yeah, 2 feisty drivers. Lewis sets fastest lap of the race there in second place. So he is clearly pushing as hard as he can.
What's Owen going to do with Savage? Is he going to let him go into turn 1, or is he going to just keep him behind? I know it's...
And now Davies. Oh, and Davies, what a move around the outside of Auntie Val to take that position. Auntie Val trying to come back at him. Yeah, and he's getting very dark out there. Surely the rain isn't that far away. We're on lap 16 of the race. He now gets past Real Joker up into 5th. And Davis gets past Savage as well up into 7th.
Auntie Val's having a look as well.
Oh, that's brave and great driving there from the pair of them. Great awareness there from Savage to realise that Untill was there, because that could have been a bit of an accident there, but they just about avoided any contact.
It's
So
been
lap 17.
real good race in the moment.
Yeah,
I mean,
very
I
good.
don't want to say it, but it's quite hard to pick who's going to be your driver of the day at the moment.
Hobgoblin leads by just over a second. I'm just going to see very quickly. I can't remember what tyres Hobgoblin started on. He started on the soft, so technically he doesn't have to stop again, but surely he can't get those to the end of the race.
And Lewis is only 7 tenths behind now, well 6 tenths now, and the guys just behind him are flying on them 4 to 6 lap old tyres, and even Meatball and Kyle on the harder compounds, they seem to be doing really well, so...
Yeah, and Wavy Mind saying tyre wear is really high around China, and we're certainly seeing it here. Hobgoblin is coming under pressure from Lewis. Lewis not quite close enough this time. But yeah, surely those tyres of Hobgoblins won't go to the end. But he could try. And he's pitting. Hobgoblin pits.
I think he was losing a lot of momentum there.
Yeah, and Meatball sets fastest lap of the race.
Riding
on board with Kyle. Bit of wheel spin on the curb on the exit. Yeah, bit of wheel spin on the curb on the exit. And of course, DRS for Meatball as well, just behind Lewis, so it does help him.
Has left.
Oh, Kyle thought about a move there, couldn't quite make it. There's a Ferrari spun, that's Tank. Ferrari, he's down in the back of the field, and he has spun it round, and he drops to completely to the back because Daniel Thompson gets, and Kronos is actually
feel for him because he's just gone into pits, so I'm guessing that's AI.
Yeah, but he would have had to stop soon anyway. 7 lap old softs, you'd think he would have to stop soon anyway. He wouldn't make it to the end on them. And the Hobgoblin is catching the 2 in front of him. I don't know if he's catching them quick enough, to be honest, at the moment, but...
He's only knocked 6 tenths off.
And Lewis...
from 1 lap.
Sorry, I thought Lewis was pitting. Oh! Tank has just forced his way back past Daniel Thompson and into 16th position. And here goes Kyle on Meatball. But they're both going to have DRS because, of course, Lewis just in front of Meatball. Is Kyle going to be close enough to Meatball to have a look up the inside? He is indeed. He's braking late. And Kyle takes second away from Meatball. So well done to Meatball there for seeing that one coming. And Lewis pits. Lewis dives into the pit lane. So Kyle Maybon takes the lead, but is Meatball going to get him back again? He's had a great run out of the last corner, and Meatball retakes the lead.
Yeah, but he has.
Meatball retakes the lead. Now, where is Hobgoblin going to be in relation to Lewis? Because, of course, he pitted a couple of laps ago.
Hobgoblin got him.
He has indeed. So Hobgoblin takes third. Away from Lewis, but Lewis on new soft tyres can surely close that gap. And Davis pits. Davis into the pits. Also, meanwhile, back out at the front. Get your votes in, guys. We're running out of time. Get your votes in for driver of the day. And look at that. 1:32.0 from Lewis. Comfortably the fastest lap of the race so far.
By over a second as well.
Yeah, and Davis takes 7th from Pierce Gaming. He said he was aiming for top 8, Pierce, when I interviewed him earlier on. He's there at the moment in 8th place. He's got 2 cars behind him, though, on quite new soft tyres, so they may catch him. Pierce Gaming actually pits.
Oh, he pits.
So maybe he's going to go for a set of softs as well towards the end of the race. Maybe he's going to go for an extra point.
Should go 9th.
Yeah. And maybe he's going to go for an extra point. Go for the fastest lap, maybe. So, lap 25. We've got 3 to go after this one. And Kyle is as close as he's ever been to Meatball onto the back straight. Surely he's going to be close enough now with the DRS.
Yeah, he should.
So have a look at the back of Meatball. Meatball goes. So Meatball still leading from Kyle. And they are... Kyle with a big slide. They are really... struggling, and Lewis is taking chunks out of them. We're on the penultimate lap. Get your votes in, people, for driver of the day. You're running out of time now. type the name of the driver who you think deserves it into the chat, and we will tally them up as we go along. But yeah, those on newer tyres will be at a massive advantage here. And Lewis is taking chunks out of the top two. I don't think it's going to be quite enough.
Yeah, I don't know. Kyle is locking up like crazy.
Yeah, there's a yellow flag in sector 3. The DRS has been disabled.
I think Real Joker's just gone off.
I think that was Kronos, I think.
Or Kronos.
14th. Yeah, Kronos in 14th has gone off.
Oh,
now let's see what the gap was. It was about... Yeah, that's Aaron Marr's car that somehow rejoined the race.
Oh,
right, the gap was... Oh, and Maybell's gone! Maybell's gone!
No!
Maybell loses the lead of the race. He
Lewis
just ran a little bit wide in turn 1.
As well.
Yeah, he's taking now about 3 seconds a lap out of the top 2. But I think it's too late. And on the last lap of the race, Kyle Maybon, and Kronos has retired. He spun it in the last corner. And Kyle Maybon, I thought he spun it there. He's so nearly lost it. They are struggling like hell. On this last lap, Kronos Grand has spun out of the race.
It's going to be who's brave enough going into these last few corners now between Miguel and Kyle.
Yeah, Lewis has taken 2 seconds out of them in just the first sector. This is going to be close. And Meatball, there is no DRS now. It's been disabled on the last lap of the race. Real Joker's pitting. Why is he pitting on the last lap?
I genuinely don't know, but...
Unless he's going for inters, of course. Yeah, he is.
Oh,
going
Meatball's
for inters.
going. Meatball's got Kyle.
And Meatball goes drag through. Meatball retakes the lead.
Kyle's on he's on ERS, like whopping the ERS. He's going to try to Meatball on inside, maybe.
And where do they brake? They don't know where they're going to brake because it's so slippery. This is going to be an exciting last couple of corners. They both make the apex. Lewis still catching them very quickly indeed. But it looks like Meatball is going to take the race. Kyle's got a penalty as well. So Meatball is going to take the race win. And Meatball wins in China.
Meatball, absolute top race.
And Kyle crashes across the line, but he just about hangs on to second place. Lewis is going to come home in third.
Good race by Lewis there. Also a really good race by Hobgoblin. Like fourth there, that's a really good.
Yeah. And, well, Real Joker's taking chunks out of 23rd Nebula in front of him. There is Owen tiptoeing around the last hairpin, and he's really struggling. I think Tyler will be struggling as well on those very old, hard tyres. I don't know why Tank's spitting, but Owen is going to cross the line. Oh, no, he's crashed it across the line. Owen's retired. Does he cross the line? No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
Owen is going to retire within millimetres of the line. Owen is out of the race.
Does he get
And Davis takes 5th with the penalty count back. Tyler takes 6th. Owen is going to be so angry at that. He's not going to be... Well, he will be classified, but where is he going to finish? Because, well, can you believe it? 23rd Nebula takes 7th. Real Joker's going to come through to take 8th.
Cookie, what have you just done?
Yeah, wow. Last corner of the last lap.
What an idiot.
And I think he's going to be classified 12th because Tank is going to be 13th. Steph, in her first race, has finished in 14th position. Great race there, Steph. Well done. Some good points as well. Daniel Thompson in his first race is 15th, and Savage is going to be 16th. Husky takes 10th on the line. Auntie Val takes 11th. Owen is 12th. After all that, Tank 13th, Steph 14th, Daniel Thompson 15th, and Savage is going to finish in 16th position. Wow. And Steph says, thanks, guys. Well done, Steph.
Well done,
Great
Steph.
debut
Really
race and
there.
challenging conditions as well. But Steph will bring home some points in 14. I think that's 7 points for Steph. And if she's had a clean race, she'll pick up another 5 as well. Driver of the day. Well, we only had one vote on the Twitch chat, and that is going to be Lewis. And, well, driver of the day, Jamie. Who are you going to go for?
I'll be honest, in my eyes, there's three in contention here. Lewis, yeah, definitely a solid race, and to be fair, his strategy nearly pulled off as well. So, I mean, good race for him, especially like no penalties as well. I do like that. Davis, second from back, coming up to fifth. I mean, absolute top race in that. Plus, no penalties as well. I mean, the guy, an absolute awesome race, but also beat Bill for literally running the race that he has, and obviously winning the race as well. I mean, top racing for them. I don't know. It's an hard one.
Yeah. And I've got to just say very quickly, we've had very late votes in. And I've got to say, I'm going to do this. I'm sorry. But the actual fan vote driver of the day with 2 votes from one household is going to go to Steph. Steph, you have some fans. Turbo kids are so happy that there is a girl in the league. And his kids have voted you the fan vote driver of the day. So well done, Steph. My driver of the day. Yeah, my driver of the day. It's going to be a tough one for me. A lot of good drives out there tonight. I am going to give it to Davis, back of the grid to finish 5th. Had some great pace, no penalties, great overtaking moves as well to come through the field. I'm going to give it to Davis for 5th position. So well done, Davis.
Yeah, well done, Davis. You deserve that.